183, I think.
Yep. 183, Ignite Your Purpose. Welcome to our little show. Each and every day, almost. It's busy, lots going on. But Max, do you want to tell the peeps, the boys and the girls, who we are and what we do each and every day, almost each and every day?
This is Ignite Your Purpose, where we talk longevity through a healthy lifestyle. It's a mix of the mental, physical, and spiritual knowledge. We call that the trifecta. And it's, I messed that one up. It's the mind, body, soul trifecta. But it is a mix of the mental. We are definitely not an overnight, quick pill, quick fix type group. So if that's what you're looking for, that's definitely not us. We're the long haul. We're longevity. This is what we do. This is how we do. It's an everyday grind. It's an everyday struggle. It's an everyday beautiful piece of learning. That's what we do. What are we going to chitwag about today, John?
Yeah, we could call us the Longevity Brothers, and you need to be hanging with us for a long time if you want to get the very best. We've missed a few recently, and it's silly season is arriving. And although that is not the reason we've not been on the show, it prompted me to create a conversation with Max about just the general mindset at this time. It's the same mindset all year round. It's the instant gratification. And actually, this isn't going to tie in with the subject on YouTube at all. We'll come to that at the end. But I think we get more gratification these days from going out and buying the gift than we do for giving it to the individual. And yeah, that big dopamine hit. And I'm not sure that people are really that grateful. They open it, the next thing, and open that, then it's the next thing. And I was wondering if we could get a conversation going about trying to change maybe each in our own little lives, just the gratitude for the basics, the gratitude, that we can breathe air each and every day, that we have running water, clean running water in our houses, mostly clean, or fresh air to breathe, or we've got heating and lighting and 2.4 children that we can feed and educate. And I think certainly for me, I'm really kids, but it's so easy to cruise through life and forget that you've just jumped in your car, filled it up with fuel, headed down to the grocery store, filled your basket with all the goodies that you like each and every day, and then you drive home, sit down, put the box on, click on Netflix or Prime or Sky or whichever subscription it is, sit there, watch the TV, watch the boob tube, go to the fridge, have choice of any number of delectable delights or treats that you may choose, and it's just subliminal, and we just don't think about it. So I've personally, this last 6 to 7 weeks, I've had this on and off for years. I've got a gratitude list. So today, what am I grateful for? And there are times when I'll just write the same things down, but there are days when I'll write 3 or 4 or 5 or 17 different new things that I'm grateful for, because I've taken the time to sit down and go inside and really think about all those factors and facets in my life. I've got some other things to come back, but I'm going to let Max just bounce back for now. I'm sure he's got a few or 2 or 3 things to add.
Always, you know me, I can talk for days. Right off the bat, one of the reasons we do Ignite Your Purpose.
Oh man! So guys, hopefully Max is going to jump right back on with us tonight, but it has been an absolute ball ache. I'm grateful that we have the internet and it's here, and Max and I are several thousand miles apart. Are you back, Max? No, we're several thousand miles apart, and we can have these conversations with this incredible miracle device that is called the internet. But every now and again, it's a bloody pain in the ass. Maybe we've not been putting enough pennies in the in the meter to pay our internet bills. But what else? I think he's back. Are you back?
I'm back.
Mate,
I don't know what's going on with that.
Mate, it was seamless. You were gone for about 2 seconds. I covered. So
Oh, good. That's why Johnny's here, just to cover my ass. But what I was getting at, John, was the fact that we do ignite your purpose is because what we are talking about right there is awareness again. And if you don't have awareness, you won't know it. And on that, I'll give you a story. I was talking to my cousin who lives on the other side of Canada, and he's I think he's like 10. And I was like, yo, what you get? You know, what? He was telling me it's Christmas time and they're putting the decorations up. It's still November, but whatever. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And and he's like, yo, I'm sorry. So what are you asking for, my brother? And he says, a snowmobile.
Fuck.
And I was like, a snowmobile, dude. Like, that shit costs like I don't even think I can afford a snowmobile. You know what I mean? And then I buy one for your kid, and I was just like, so if you live in or if you grew up in a family like that, and we could talk about financial, you could talk about health, you could talk about the mental state. You know, if you wake up and your parents are always in fear or always in whatever, or they're always packing in terrible food or whatever, but these are alert behaviors. So by John saying he writes down something grateful, he's grateful for every day. The fact we do this show is to maybe give these listeners and those around us these ideas that just to see it a little differently. You know what I mean, John?
Yeah.
Not to always follow the same pattern. You know, like why is it that every year for Christmas, and I'm talking about myself here, I assumed or just thought that it was my duty to go to my parents' house for Christmas. Until about 5 years ago when I gave the big, I don't do this anymore. This is my time. I know I'm here for a short time, and I think this is ridiculous. So boom, I'm doing my thing, and I'm gone for a month, and that's the way it is. It's my time to heal, recharge, mind, body, soul, trifecta. We know how it is, right, John? But the reason we spit this stuff is just so it might stick in and it gives you a different idea. Because if you are in a situation where you're doing the same thing over and over and over again in the same family dynamic, in the same routines, you might not be able to be aware of, oh my God, guess what? I am thankful that I have a car outside. Oh, guess what? I am thankful that I get to have a hot shower. Those things we just take for granted.
Yeah.
And coming up on the season of, like you said, overindulgence and everything and spending money for reasons unknown.
Yeah.
Let's step back and take note.
Yeah, I mentioned silly season. So it's a season of a million parties, and it's actually not the Christmas holidays. It's December holidays, so we can all get them in. And I was thinking about, well, why do we have a Christmas party? Why do we have a Christmas office party? And the bog standard answer will be to thank the staff for their year in the office and for what they've done for us. And you know, they might get a cheap watch, or they might get a Christmas bonus. But I was thinking, so what you're doing? You're doing that because everybody does. Everybody has a party. Why don't you do it throughout the fucking year? Why don't you each and every week say, right, I'm going to take Sally and then Billy and then Rachel or Charlie. Going to take them all out to dinner one-on-one, and don't just do it once. Do it 2 or 3 times over the year, and actually really get to know these people outside of the person they choose to show you in the office, because that's just one version of them. And actually, by being thankful and grateful for their work and contribution to allow your business to grow each day, you get to know them, you get to find out more about them, and they'll actually open up and tell you what the fuck is wrong with the business, rather than sitting there, PC, thank you, Mr. Smith, thank you for taking me to lunch, go and see mum this weekend, and little Billy's got schoolings in the Christmas play. Why don't we just create relationships with these people? Just a thought.
Very good point.
Throw it up there, rather than having party after party after party after party, or being invited to everybody's parties, and we just have the same bullshit conversation, get pissed, feel shit in the morning. Man, oh mate, you've gone again. I'm going to give Max one last opportunity to get back online tonight. So maybe if you do have employees, Have a think about that. Have a think about why is it you have Christmas party? Is it because everybody has a Christmas party? It's the done thing. You're an arsehole if you don't have a Christmas party. But then think, what else could you achieve by communicating with your staff throughout the year? Just seeing if I've got anything else written down. Is he back?
He's back.
Oh, mate, this is seamless. It was like, a couple of tenths of a second. But
It's like it's meant to be.
it is what it is, but we are just rolling with it. Man, I'm full of the energy tonight. I can keep talking all night. I've been up since 5. Just feel freaking on fire. Did you hear most of what I said then?
Oh, I heard it all except for like the last sentence there. But and I'll go off something on that. It's funny because yesterday evening I was working out and somebody came up to me and said because back in the day when myself and a few other people ran some big companies, we used to get all these companies together and have these big Christmas parties. Now again, that ended 5-7 years ago. And they said to me, "Do you remember that?" And I was trying to remember, like, because I'm aware and because I went back and I was actually trying to remember, and I was like, was it even that fun? Like, I'm seriously trying to think about it. And I remember there are certain gift exchanges which took forever, and certain people got sloshed out of their tree, and I remember like sometimes being like too fatigued to even want to go and want to talk, all hours of the night. And I was just like, man, like, yeah, why? Why is it that we do the things we do other than the fact that we think it's our duty or it's the status quo, right? It's the status quo. It's
Max, can I ask, when you used to go to those events or functions or whatever you'd like to call them, are you a small talk kind of, I mean, you and I at times we can talk for Britain or for Canada, we just talk forever. But
yes,
you ever run out of that small talk because you're just not interested in what the other. It's not you don't like them. It's just the same conversation over and over.
Yeah.
Did you get on with that because it was business or?
Well, sometimes you're not talking business, right? You don't want to be at the party talking business. So a lot of people weren't into that, which was great. But then you start talking about politics, and then you start talking about, the economy, and then you start talking about health, and then it's just you're just in this, I don't know. Small talk is one thing, but pointless chatter, I can't do. I can't do it. And some of the times, you're just hearing somebody bitch and moan in your ear for 3 to 5 to 15 to 20 minutes, and you're like, get me out of here. But as the person who hosts the party, you got to be somewhat on your P's and Q's, right? So, yeah, and then you think about this, the food and the alcohol you consume and the money you spend and for what? Really, in the end of it, if you think about it as the puppeteer masters, fourth quarter, baby, get those dollars up for all the corporations out there, right? Spend that money, buy those items, support this, that, and the next, so that their stocks go up, and we can tell everybody, hey, the economy's good. But in the end, us, whatever the average Joe's go into debt for what reason, right?
Absolutely.
Just my interesting reflection on the man I used to be, right?
Mate, we've all been there. I mean, I was never the chit chat guy at even parties or weddings, and I go, oh, shit, I've run out of things to say now. And I'm sure some people will think I'm talking absolute bollocks, but it's true. It's true. Right, we can either wrap it up there. In fact, I think we should wrap it up there, my friend.
Done.
Take 5 or 10, and then we could dive into a second topic, which is about maybe this is the balance and health part of this episode. It's about when to go all in, to dive in, guns fully loaded, smashing it because of a health crisis or you're sick of the diets. And when it's right to drip feed a bit at a time, just to chip away. So I'm sure we've both got plenty to say on that subject. But I will say for now, thank you for myself for listening in. I wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Go out, get pissed, eat a load of shit food, buy more than you can afford, spend it on the ungrateful little brats. And
there you go,
guys. Wish you Merry Christmas.
And it's not even December yet, and he's wishing you a Merry Christmas. That's
Mate,
next level.
I love getting in first. I was doing it
That's true.
in the
That's
supermarket
true.
today. But yeah, I wish you a happy holidays. Take time for yourself. Be kind to yourself. Thanks for tuning in, for listening, for watching, commenting, liking, sharing, all of that good stuff. And please continue to do so. Engage with us, because that is the only way we know that we are delivering the right stuff for you to grow. So I'll let Max say final word.
We just appreciate people. We love putting this content out there. We like kind of giving you that maybe left or right side swing that you've never seen coming, and hopefully it lights a little or sparks a little intrigue or a fire under your ass to change for the better. Because this is our one life, baby, memento mori. So we will see you tomorrow, and that's that. Thank you, guys.